release that he can't get to.
Yo, what is going on, guys? We're playing some more NHL 17 today, and we have built a team of all players that have never won a Stanley Cup. And the way we went about this is, first of all, we didn't just go and take any random players. You know, you could have taken Tarasenko and guys like that are younger. We tried to get most guys that are 30 or over kind of deal, that have never won a Stanley Cup, that have actually been in the league, you know, 8, 9, 10 years or whatever. That's how we ended up with guys like Thornton, Sedin, Vanek, Spezza, Steen, Rick Nash, Henrik Sedin, Patrick Marleau, Shane Doan, David Backes, and Jarome Iginla. Some of the more popular ones in Doan and Iginla, I'd say, between some of you guys. And then on defense, we ended up with Suter, Weber, Giordano, Stahl, Edler, and Eric Johnson. And yes, you can already guess it, we did put Henrik Lundqvist in net with Roberto Luongo. Craig Anderson was a close miss. And one thing I want to show real quick is the scratch players. We also have them in Dubinsky, Phaneuf, and Koivu. I'm going to point this out real quick. I have not touched these lineups, period. These are all auto-generated lineups. I know you guys had a problem with one of these other things I did before. And like, how'd this guy get on the bench? It's dumb you put him there. No, EA puts these guys here because they go by, like Dubinsky. Dubinsky's a center, so he missed because he plays center, and they ended up putting, they'd rather put the winger / left wingers in their actual positions than they put the backup players, such as guys like Dubinsky, like Phaneuf, or Koivu. Koivu and Dubinsky were both centers, both lower overalls and a fourth line center. That's why they did not put him in the lineup, just to clear that up. We'll leave it how they made it. And then Phaneuf, obviously 86 overall, just wasn't quite high enough of an overall to make the defense. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, 87, 87 were the last two on Eric Johnson and Alexander Edler. So we're going to go ahead here, and as always, we're going to sim up this season. It is going to be interesting, though, I think. Not a guaranteed cup-winning team, I'd say, by far, not even close. But another thing to take into consideration is these guys are all over the age of 30. It's going to be very interesting. We're 96, 98, 94 on our stats right now, but it's going to be very interesting to see how these guys' overalls look at the end of the year, because they're all older. You know, they ain't growing year by year because, you know, they're kind of over that potential growing stage. So we're going to see where those overalls at the end of the year are. That's going to be interesting, I think, as well, to see if we're still going to be as good of a team or not. Obviously, we have a very solid team now. We're going to go ahead here and we're going to sim all the way up to the season, and I'll catch you guys back when we're finished. While we're waiting, though, it's a great time for a little shameless plug. I don't know if you guys watch any WWE or not, but I've been trying to do more WWE videos on my RL WWE YouTube channel. If you guys are interested in seeing stuff like that, I'd really appreciate it if you came by. If you do like WWE, if you don't, you know, no big deal. Looks like the regular season has ended. Good thing is we made the playoffs. Bad thing is the team wasn't the strongest. Like I said, I was kind of expecting it, and there it is too. We're down to a 90. Actually, did we go up? 95, 98, 94. Was it a 96 offense earlier or 98? I honestly don't remember now. Guess we can look at the lines and see what happened there. We'll probably get a better idea. Ovechkin's still 94, so is Thornton, so is Sedin. Doesn't look like there's a lot of progression. Did Iginla go down 1 or 2? I think he might have. How about the defense? 94, 94. It looks like Suter went up. Giordano went up. Stahl stayed down. Did he go down 1? I think he might have went down 1. I think he was an 88. So we didn't have too big of an impact on our players in that matter. It looks like we did finish the top of the division. We tied for first with the Flyers and the Penguins. Man, that was, the season definitely could have been no better. 100 points is nothing worth bragging about. Look at the Capitals down there with 81 points. Also, we took us a little bit of an Ovechkin from them. I guess I didn't like that too. The Atlantic looks like the Lightning, Leafs, Sens, Panthers, and Sabres made it. No Bruins, no Red Wings, and the Canadians finishing in dead last with 71 points. Yeah, that Western Conference did as a whole. The Kings came out on top. It's hard to believe because we didn't take anybody from the Blackhawks or anybody. The Sharks with 102, and we did take a couple of their players. The Blackhawks with 100. Oilers finished with 100. How about that? The Predators with 98. The Coyotes with 98. I should say, too, I didn't take out Mike Fisher or Rivera or anybody like that on the Predators, because I figured by the time this video, you know, the video gets around in a couple weeks, they'll done won a cup by then. So I figured it wouldn't really be a realistic video if I put the guys in that were going to win the cup this year, if you know what I'm saying there. But the Coyotes made it, the Calgary Flames, and the Colorado Avalanche. The Avalanche seem to make the playoffs a lot in these sims for some reason. I guess their team ain't bad on paper. The Jets, Blues, Canucks, Stars, wow, did not have a good season. Oh boy, how our team stats were not too hot. Ovechkin led the league with 74 points. Offense clearly was not our strong suit. 74 points and 40 goals. The next best was 58 with Sedin. Then Thornton had 55. And then Weber, 54. Our defense over here getting a lot of points for us. It's amazing how things are working out for us. 40 goals out of Ovechkin, and the next best player was 27 goals. Again, I say we did not have a very potent offense at all. Who was the worst player on the team is what I'd like to know. 3 goals, Eric Johnson. I had to throw Eric Johnson in. I don't even know how old he is. 29. Eric Johnson's 29, the one guy under 30. You guys probably ripped my head off earlier in the video saying, no, the guy's not over 30. I included him just for a good old joke of the fact that he was the #1 overall draft pick that year. And, you know, guys like Taze were skipped out on it. I was like, kind of funny, I thought, because he didn't win a cup yet. #1 overall draft pick, almost 30 years old. You guys probably didn't find it funny though. You're probably like, dude, don't make jokes ever again. Please and thank you. You're welcome. No, still love you guys. Mark Stahl, Alexander Edler, Ryan Suter, Mark Giordano. Oh, Iginla, what's happening, man? Only 8 points. How'd the entire league do? It's always interesting to see how the entire league does in one of these bad boys because it's always questionable. This entire league. Who led the league in goals? Oh, Patrick Kane with 50, 90 points. That's acceptable. It's acceptable. 85 out of Sagan, 82 out of Giroux, 81 out of Ben. Mitch Marner, Leafs fans, hello. 79 points out of the 19-year-old this year. How about that? Adam Henrique, 78 points. Mike Hoffman, 78. Austin Matthews, 76. I like it. Marner outdid Matthews. I'm happy for that. And Connor McDavid didn't even get a point per game, though. That's unfortunate. Ryan O'Reilly up there with 73 points. There was some guys having some years. Kyle Turris up there with 76 as well. Johnny Quick led the league with 43 wins. It looks like Lundqvist only had 35 wins. That's alright though, he did go up in an overall point it looks like. Here we go though, round 1. The Panthers are a very solid team. Do not sleep on these guys. The way they look like, their record was not much worse than ours. A game or 2 worse. We're up 1-0 on them though. Can we go up 2-0? It looks like we cannot. We lost in overtime. It is a 1-1 series tie going into game 3. Lost in overtime again. And we close these games out in overtime, boys. Please and thank you. We're down 1-2 to the Panthers early. We're going to have to stop the sim after this one. Nope, 2-2. Thankfully we didn't because we tried to stop it and it didn't work because, you know, EA. Here we go, though. 3 straight overtime losses. You see this? We won 1 game in regulation. We won that in overtime. Who am I kidding? But we got 3 losses. Every single one of them is in overtime. And I guess we're going to have to jump into this game because this could be it. We could be getting bounced in the first round. I mean, in all fairness, though, a team of all players that have never won a cup, it'd be, you know, nothing but more fitting if they all lost in the first round. Let's be fair here. 1-0 early, though. I like to see that. 1-0 courtesy of Joe Thornton. It's 1-1 going into the 3rd period. This is it. I expected a little bit farther than a first round exit, but like I said, hey, we're playing with a bunch of guys that have never won a cup before for good reason, am I right? EA's got that logic figured out. I'll give them respect and props for that. I'd like a little bit more respect and props for some NHL 18 news out of them, but that's alright. 2-1. Looks like the... Oh, geez, we can't hold a lead. We scored. Backus scored and we put him right back on the power play. And then Yager came down here and scored. He knows how to win cups. So it's 2-2 with 7 minutes left in the 3rd. 6 minutes left. 5 minutes left. 4 minutes left. Nothing is happening. Can you guys do something, please? I'm a little bit bored over here. A minute left. We are cluttering them with shots, though, in decent areas. Going into overtime, it is 2 apiece. This is it. This is their one chance. A team of all players that can't win a Stanley Cup, all coming together to do what they do best, lose in the first round. Here we go. Take it nice and slow. Shot over there by Bukestad. Shot by Trocheck. McKenzie over there from point blank range. From a bad angle still at the same time. Lundqvist made the save. Sedin came over there. Took a shot just to give the puck back to the other team. Blow the lead. And we're going to lose to the Florida Panthers. Thanks to... I love it. Traded Boone Jenner for the Panthers for one of their players. Got the game-winning goal. 3-2. We just lost this game. There's no wonder the Panthers did good. Boone Jenner was on their team. I can't believe it. We lost in the first round. Not only can't they win the cup, but a team of all players that can't win the cup did what they do best and got bounced in the first round. Bobrovsky going out there making 30 saves for the Panthers. Oh my goodness, no wonder they did so good. I sent them Bob and I sent them Boone Jenner. I sent them Bob for Luongo, obviously. Boone Jenner, I forget who he got sent over for. And then good old Trocheck had 2 assists as well. So it was a win-win situation. Either Bob was going to advance in the playoffs or we was going to advance in the playoffs. What was the worst that could happen? So we lost. So to answer everybody's question, a team of all players that have never won a Stanley Cup cannot come together and win a Stanley Cup. Go figure, right? But you know who can win the Stanley Cup? The Florida Panthers. And Bob and Boone Jenner. They picked up their first ring. He's got to love it. And it looks like the Phantoms won the Calder Cup. How about that? Could you imagine a Stanley Cup ending on June 1st? Hasn't even started. Well, it started yet. It's the NBA that starts on June 1st. You guys know those basketball players. They need like a week off between games. I think they played last week, and now they got to play their finals game the first week of June. You know how that basketball can be, though. That's pretty rough on your body. You get touched, it's a foul. So I can understand why they need that many days off. I just want to see who won the awards. Wasn't anybody on our team. I know that. Art Ross, the Patty Kane. Hart Memorial, Patty Kane. The Norris went to Drew Doughty. The Lady Bing, the Tyler Sagan. Attaboy, Tyler. The Calder went to Mitch Marner, as expected, we've seen that many points. The Conn Smythe, yes, sir. Sergei Bobrovsky with the Conn Smythe. I love it. Vezina with the Crawford. Ooh, how about that? Johnny Quick got the Jennings. Mastodon went the Methot. Bergeron, you know, obviously, Selke winner there. Ted Lindsay, the good old Patty Kane. And then Maurice Richard, obviously a Patrick Kane as well for those 50 goals. But as for this video, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I'd love to hear what else you'd like to see. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.